On abbey shores where shadows play, the alley whispers night and day. In abomination, alley's grip, where fear and danger tightly knit. Oh, the alley breathes a tale untold of secrets dark and hearts grown cold. Abbey streets, they'll pull you in to the depths where sin.
Hello, and welcome to Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so of course that means we're playing Abomination Alley, our BRP actual play. I'll be your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me tonight will be Sarah playing Vivian, Eric playing Michael, Carr playing Teak, and we may have a few more dribble in as we go on. Alright, so we're horribly late. Quickly, who remembers what happened last time?
Shenanigans.
Terrible at this.
Shenanigans happened last time.
Reported the letter or the assassination letter to the police. They moved the dude. He ended up wanting to see us. We disguised to go see the dude. Believe there was also footprints looking at and pistol training.
Alright. So yes, they had moved him out of the I don't remember if I named the hospital, but basically the city's main general hospital. And down into one of the strange folk hospitals in the strange folk neighborhoods. Yeah, one of the better neighborhoods. Vasley has no issues with strange folk, so he was perfectly fine with being shipped down there. The police were going to disguise somebody and leave them in his bed at the original hospital to try to lure in whoever it is at the hospital that was going to receive
Basically
that
an
note.
assassin.
Yes. They had Lilac put the note where she was supposed to, so they'll be watching that space and hoping to catch him as well. They have officers in plain clothes down in the hospital Vasley's actually in. Let's see, what were y'all in the middle of?
We had just left Basley's room.
Excellent.
Yep. We had not left the hospital though yet.
And I believe Lilac, was she with y'all when y'all visited Vasley?
I think we took her because she was there when we were changing disguise or getting disguised.
Yeah.
That's right. I think she had said something about she was planning to kind of hang around and keep an eye out.
Yeah, the main thing I remember, like at the very end, is we left, another union guy came in and Michael vibe checked him, and he got basically the same vibe off of him that he got off Basley, which is politician, aka evil.
But not necessarily supervillain, evil cultist type evil, just sort of mildly scummy.
Very self-absorbed.
Alright, so y'all are leaving the hospital.
Keeping an eye out for things.
What sort of things?
Really just ordinary, people that I don't know. Folks that maybe shouldn't, I don't know, be there, but just in general, folks that are given off,
Overly ordinary men.
well, or people that look like they're looking for someone but not asking for, like, hey, where's this person at like the information desk? They're looking covertly. I don't know.
Looking for people that are strolling about casually.
Yeah.
Usually don't just
as
Don't
opposed to
be
knowing where they need to be
suspicious.
going.
Don't
Yeah,
be
people trying to not be
suspicious.
suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Go ahead and give me a spot roll.
I'll help.
Lilac.
Really,
Um,
vibe check is still active.
I was about to ask.
Jesus.
Does this still technically
falls on
count
their
as
face.
the same scene, even if this is another like IRL day?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to look at it like an episode of a TV show,
Okay.
where the next episode just happened to start up. You know, the scene just
Ooh.
changes. Is basically, you know, you leave the
He
room.
turns into a door.
You hit a loading screen at the door.
Nope.
Jesus, we don't see shit.
No, you really don't. There's too many ordinary-looking people.
I'll say even with the vibe checked active, an 84 still would have failed.
You know, there's nurses and doctors standing around smoking in the hallways. Because it's the 20s, you could do that.
What is sanity? Sanitation. Just get by.
Look, unless the patient had
Yeah,
breathing problems, there was nothing to worry about.
we're gonna spend some point.
I'm not.
Smokes were good for you. They lowered your appetite. All that coughing in the morning cleared out the phlegm.
Okay, now she rubs her eyes. She sees a little bit better.
Okay. Lilac also got a success.
Nice.
All right, so like I said, this is the Strange Folk Hospital in one of the nicer neighborhoods. So there's plenty of human workers, doctors, nurses, even some patients, but predominantly strange folk. So you see Barklings, you see Halflings, you see orcs, plenty of other elves. Not too many sprites though. Hard to carry around medicines when you're T90.
I don't mean to be insensitive, but there's a lot of sprites.
Did you say not a lot of sprites or a lot of sprites?
I said not a lot of sprites. I'm sorry.
Oh, not a lot of sprites.
I may have mumbled.
I also heard the same thing say. I think he said not, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Kind of eyebrow raised at Lilac.
What do you like your eyebrow at her for? What you do see, like you're just kind of scanning the crowd. And
Can I
you
do a
see
listen
somebody,
check just to see if I hear something too?
Got big ears.
Yeah, give me just 1 second.
Mhm.
One thing that does catch your eye is somebody does a quick turn into a room. Like, it's nothing particularly suspicious about it. It's like a real quick movement.
Not Vasley's room.
No. Some random room. Just y'all are heading down the hallway and some, bunch of people walking down and, like somebody was kind of behind somebody else does a quick turn into a room.
Huh. You see that?
As you say that and glance over, she was opening her mouth and pointing. Yeah.
See what?
I don't know. Somebody just ducked into a room fast.
Want to go look? Or you want me to poke my head in? Maybe we could both poke our head in.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be suspicious at all.
No.
As y'all are
Small.
getting closer to the room, give me your that hearing roll or listening roll if you wanted to make.
So can I get in on that?
I hear.
If I can.
I hear color.
What do your cobalt ears hear?
All right, what was that, Eric?
Can I get on that just to see if I can? Just see if I can make a little check mark.
All right, you may roll.
Yay!
Yay.
I have check marked.
You don't hear what Teak hears.
Well, no, not special, but still. Just might
All
be able
right,
to
so
upskill.
Michael, you hear talking coming out of that room,
Mhm.
but there's enough other noise going on. You're not making out a lot of, It sounds like it sounds like a man talking to an older lady, probably.
Yeah.
Teak, you're making out the conversation, and sounds like a man. Definitely a man and older woman. The man is apologizing. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for Stephanie Smith. I must have the wrong room. I'm so sorry. And the old lady's like, telling him it's not a problem. But like instead of just immediately stepping back out, it's like he just kind of keeps talking to her.
Teak looks up and just taps his ear and then points at the door and just shakes his head and like for the first time climbs up someone's shoulder and just whispers into their ear what he heard. And it's kind of weird that he's kind of just trying to bide time.
Ooze.
He'll climb Michael. He won't like cut or
Okay.
damage any clothing, but he'll climb Michael's just climb up.
Yeah,
Tactical kobold.
I heard them talking, but I couldn't hear what about. Lilac, do you want to peek in and see what's going on?
Oh, yeah, sure
Should we
thing.
mention it?
She takes off on Vivian's shoulder and she flies over.
Be careful.
Should we mention it to one of the police officers in plain clothing?
Y'all are
very quiet about
Y'all
that.
are a bit away from Basley's door by this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, if those two stay there are going to stay in that area, Vivian will backtrack real quick, like pat herself, like, oh, I forgot something, and backtrack.
Yeah, Michael will stick around with the tactical kobold.
Just double timing back, like click, 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 click.
Just on his shoulder.
Mhm.
They don't think about it. It's like, wait, is this okay? It was
It's
just easier
fine.
to do this.
I don't mind. Just don't tear the coat.
Try not to. Claws in.
Alright, so Lilac zips ahead. Over the heads of everybody else in the hallway. And like some of the humans kind of, give her a head turn. None of the strange folk do.
Yeah.
That's the point of 8-foot ceilings, is to give the, sprites space to move.
I'm sure some of the humans are looking at the
Airspace.
fact that a human has a kobold on his shoulder.
It's a very fancy parrot.
Call. I didn't realize my microphone was on Zoom. Sorry.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I'm not hearing any echo. So if it's doing anything, it's only on the recording.
Of course.
Fantastic.
Sorry.
We're doing it live.
We gained a person.
We have gained a person.
Yes, you have.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
All right, Patrick. Where was Leo? Was Leo at the hospital with everybody else last time?
I think we're
Right as we were wrapping up.
Believe so, yeah, because we wanted to actually proceed looking for what we suspect is the brew, like during the day, if possible.
I think all of y'all had gone by to talk to Basley because he wanted to speak to the group.
Yeah.
All right, so you're with them.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's the other thing we found out because Michael vibe checked him. He has an inkling about what happened with the armory.
You're just suspicious. You're just natural. Michael's just a suspicious person.
Yeah.
To be fair, Vasili's also kind of suspicious.
What? He's just a, just
Except,
a Trotskyite, which means he wants to, burn the government down and replace it with communism. Well, Trotsky's version of communism.
except Michael rolled a special on his insight roll.
Just means he's an especially suspicious person. All right, Patrick, to catch you up. They are walking out of the hospital, keeping an eye out, all looking around suspiciously. Lilac and Vivian.
Lillian is the kobold.
Yeah.
Lillian.
She just appeared.
Teak is now.
Oh, crap. I can't let her see me climbing on a human. I don't know where this guy's been. But they spotted somebody make an odd movement, but it was, he was a person behind other people. Teak has overheard the conversation coming from the room where the man is apologizing to whoever's in the room. Like he's got the wrong room, but he keeps talking like he's biding his time or
Stalling. Trying to hide.
Stalling's a good way.
And he climbed up Michael and whispered that into his ear because he was like, "I don't really want to climb up a lady."
She also already
has someone
else.
else.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't need to be the dropship.
So now everyone has a tactical kobold.
And Vivian's going back to the plainclothes to be like, "Hey, something suspicious."
Just 1 second. That's not the right notes. So Vivian zips up forward to look in the door.
Lillian did.
Lilac.
Or not Lillian, Lilac.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've caught myself almost
It's-
calling her Lillian a couple of times tonight already.
I'm sorry.
Now I'm actually sorry. No, it's just my brain today. It's like, we'll just swap those L names around.
They're
And this guy
interchangeable.
over here, we'll just completely forget his name. But she zips by, takes, just barely ducks in the door before she is, well, not sprinting exactly, but it's like she just barely disappears in the door before she is back out and just beelining for Vivian. It's Carmody.
Vivian is.
Carmody's in there.
Harmony the halfling?
Carmody was the halfling that, gave her the letter to deliver to the hospital.
Oh, shit!
Granted, is Vivian back for us to know that yet?
Vivian is still booking it towards the undercover. She'll be
Teak
like,
will
let the others know I'm going to get the cop.
Gotcha.
Mm.
She'll zip over to basically the opposite shoulder, Michael's opposite shoulder.
Now I'm the dropship.
Congratulations.
It's Carmody. Carmody's in there.
That's the halfling, right?
Right. How would he know to be in this hospital?
Probably because he's Italian and he probably has an inn somewhere.
Well, shall we introduce ourselves?
Do we want to get involved with that, or do we just want to tell the plane closed?
That's what Vivian went to go do, but there's no telling how long he's going to stay in that room or if the woman in there is going to be fine.
So Teak, you hear the conversation inside finally breaking up. As the woman is basically like, well, your friend is probably waiting for you. Like there's the tone of her voice is like, well, this is starting to get a little awkward, a little weird.
I think he's about to come out because she's getting paranoid.
And you hear Carmen, oh, sorry, man. You're right, man. I apologize. Again, I'm sorry I bothered you. And he kind of slowly, hat pulled down, kind of slowly steps out and glances around.
Okay.
As he steps out, Lilac drops off your shoulder and is like hovering behind you. Like she is using you for cover.
Teak will put his hand down, like he's holding onto his shoulder, but he's got his hand down and he's pointing towards his pocket. Because he's wearing like a vest, I assume, because 1920s. So she can probably hide in his pocket if anything.
She does not like pleased with that idea.
He's he doesn't want to shrug. He's just kind of like trying to play it off.
All right, let me pull up.
He's giving her an option. She doesn't have to take it.
And she does not take it.
Okay.
All right.
Just nods.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Carmody steps out, he's kind of glancing around. But as he steps out, his first way he turns is looking dead at y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quick enough you're not sure if Lilac got out of sight fast enough.
Okay.
She's also disguised though too, because she did come in disguises with all of us.
Oh, in that case, let me check.
Yeah, she did. We all disguised.
Yeah.
Not just.
All right. He rolled a 3.
Oh,
And
Jeez.
his spot is a 65.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a special.
No, 4 or lower is a crit on a 65.
Oh.
And we hear that Adam 12 like Kill Bill music kick in.
There's maybe just the briefest pause. As he starts he like pats a pocket. Oh, where are my smokes? And he turns around and he starts walking back the way he was coming from, basically, like, the way y'all are going out.
Mm.
I start following him.
He's just going along because
with
he's
half
right
the party
there on his
attached to you.
Yeah.
Tico,
He is picking up speed.
Tico, if Vivian's
he's
not with
sprinting,
us, right?
but he's power. He's definitely power walking at this point.
Tico, look at Lilac and just say, "Go tell Vivian."
She takes off.
Fortunately, he's a halfling. I'm an over 6 foot tall human. Power walking to him
in a crowded
basically...
hallway. So I need
Almost
you
cried.
and him, for that matter, to give me dodge rolls.
Dodge?
Let me see. No, dodge is the first one. That
Or even just dexterity, maybe. Dodge is a skill, though.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a skill. I'm trying to figure out, dodge is usually in response to
the halfling is weaving between people, is what I'm getting at.
Ah, okay.
He's parkouring off people.
Not off of people. He's moving around people.
Hmm.
And, like a kid, he's small enough to kind of pull it off, mostly.
He's going to roll a spot to try and keep an eye on him. Nope.
I'm going to try to turn on aura detection.
Keeps getting jostled.
Oop.
There
With
we
a special.
Come on,
Alrighty.
that's great. So my dice don't hit the floor.
So, hold on. Specials are something. Specials have things that happen.
Oh Lord!
Oh no.
And here goes the rule looking.
I have to, yeah, because I don't remember what all of them are.
Well, dodge is
mean,
usually used in combat,
Yeah.
and this is not a
Well,
combat situation.
he's turning on aura detection. That's
Oh,
why he was
or
saying
I'm
that.
sorry.
Yeah,
I thought he was
yeah.
rolling the dodge.
Well, no,
No.
he's doing it specifically so he can basically lock in on this halfling. Where?
Aggressive vibe check.
There we go. Success plus
just-
one of the
Hold
following
on.
effects as appropriate, chosen by either the game master or yourself as appropriate. Half power point cost, minimum 1. Double the range, double the duration. Damage is doubled. Superior quality of information. Psychic's characteristic value is multiplied by 0.5 rounded up for the duration.
Prolonged eye
discover-
contact.
So,
You discover
Eye contact.
he's a stand user.
so it's either you or I, depending on how you want to do it, pick one of those options that gets added into the successful activation. Did you specifically go and find 2 separate gifts of that, Sarah?
I didn't go find him. I had him favorited. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
All right. And this is aura detection.
Yeah.
Where was that list of things that happen on a special?
It's 1 page up. Psychic ability success levels.
There we go. And what is the PowerPoint cost of this?
It's just 1.
Okay, so I can't drop that anymore.
No.
Let's see. Your psychic characteristic value, is that actually going to do anything with auras? With that particular power? Because you're not really
I
having to
mean,
re-roll it. It's giving you a bonus to skill rolls,
Yeah.
but it's not something you're really having to to roll again. So
I mean, the one that I can see work is superior quality of information.
that's fair. We will go with that one then.
Okie dokie. Alright, so basically, with that, now I'm going to try spot roll, keep an eye on him.
All right.
Okay. And
Are
just
you-
because I can,
The ideal roll.
yes. Since I can get a superior quality of information.
All right.
I want to know about his mom, his sister.
He's in pretty good health.
Mhm.
He is superior information though. All right. He is healthy.
Mhm.
You get this feeling that he's probably in his mid-20s,
Okay.
which is not really something you usually pick up, but
Yeah.
it's just something his general, it's like whatever it is that's picking up on his health is like picking up on that as well. He's definitely evil.
Mhm.
And like there's no qualifying it. Well, just kind of that politician's coming. No, this is just flat out evil.
Okay.
But you get a sense of sort of control to it. Like he's not Not evil like you might think of somebody like a maniac killer.
Yeah.
There's like a control to it.
Okay.
You almost think this guy may have a code.
So you would kind of get what I mean as the DM, since I told you this. Basically, kind of giving similar vibes to people he knows from his past.
Yeah.
Okay,
You've met other professional killers before.
gotcha.
Whether your character knew it at the time or not.
Mhm.
He's not full power points. He's not drained. He's not weak.
Mhm.
You don't get the impression he really knows that he can necessarily consciously use it for anything.
Mhm.
So basically, you're picking up that he's not that he's not psychic. He could be strange folk, but
Yeah.
you don't
doesn't
think he
have
has
magic.
any supernatural abilities or anything.
Mhm.
As far as strong, equal, or
Mhm.
weaker than you, let me look at his stats. What is your pal?
18.
All right, yeah, he's definitely weaker than you in that regard.
Mhm.
What's your strength?
10.
He's definitely physically stronger than you.
Mhm.
What's your constitution?
12.
Yeah, he's definitely more fit, sturdier than you. Which is more information than usually you just kind of get the POW comparison.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you were to get into some sort of mental fight with him, you'd have the advantage. Despite you being larger than him, you might not want to get to a physical fight with him.
Okay.
Now give me that roll to see if you can keep up with him.
Would this be agility?
I'd let you do agility.
Yeah.
I had him use dodge. I should probably have had him use agility as well. Oh yeah.
Success.
All right, so clearly he's having an easier time of weaving between people just based on his size.
Mhm.
But you're moving down the hallway just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a kobold clinging to you, so you're drawing people's attention, and just kind of excuse me, pardon me.
Yeah.
Anytime he comes to a turn,
Mhm.
you see him like just moving straight down the hallway. He doesn't like look all the way back, but anytime he takes a little turn, he's definitely kind of glancing over to see that you're still there.
Mhm.
And based on the layout of it's pretty clear he's heading to the elevators because y'all were not on the first floor.
Yep. Is Leo following us?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Cool.
I keep forgetting Leo was here. Leo, do you want to give me an agility roll to see how well you're keeping up?
I'm on someone's back.
I'm gonna say, granted, it wouldn't be hard to follow Michael. He's got a big kobold-sized beacon right now.
Just kind of
Pretty good.
All right, so you are right there next to Michael. Meanwhile, Vivian, you have made it back to the Stavasley's room. Plainclothes police officer that you saw before sitting out by the door.
The halfling that gave the information, he's here. He's back that way. He ducked into a room. He's here.
Oh, that gets his attention. He straightens up. You're certain?
Yeah. And points at Lilac, who I think would probably be caught up with her.
I mean, she was flying.
She did have less people to maneuver around.
That's fair. About the time you get in there, Lilac's zipping up to you. So you tell the officer that, and then you hear the slight buzz of Lilac.
Is he on the move?
And it's one of those lands on your shoulder, and then kind of grabs the side of your head to catch herself. No, sorry.
Puts a hand up.
Pat you. I think he spotted us. He's trying to get. He's heading to the exit now. Michael, Leo, and Teak are following him.
He's probably heading to the elevator at least. We can beat him with the stairs.
The officer kind of makes a quick motion, and somebody else in plain clothes comes, jogging down from further down the hallway. And one guy dressed as an orderly.
Make sure someone stays here with him, though, right? She's like kind of looking around. Like someone is staying here, right?
The guy that was initially about to like, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
The orderly guy runs for the nurse's desk and like gets on the phone. He's like, we have some people in the lobby as well, so hopefully we can catch him.
Fantastic. We'll give him a quick description.
Yeah, short halfling, blonde hair. I believe I have artwork for him. Oh yeah, I forgot he was a smoker. But to the 20s, almost everybody was a smoker.
Vivian's going to head towards the stairs. She figures she can probably do that quicker than elevator.
Did that get generated before or after we had that talk about the AI stuff?
Don't worry about
I've had him for months.
Gotcha.
All right, yeah.
Now the hospital has multiple. It has multiple elevator banks and stairways. Are you trying to go to the one that y'all were headed towards, or
whichever one would drop her down kind of closest to where the elevators are? Or at least maybe closest to like the main entrance.
all right?
She'll go like, do you want to take a quicker way, or are you hanging on?
I'll stay with you.
Okay.
The other plainclothes officer, the one that ran over, he's like, we can take these stairs over here. It won't get us all the way down to the lobby, but we can drop down a floor.
Maybe catch the elevator on the way down.
He's like, yeah, that's the ideal. And it's the, I don't know what, I'm trying to think what would be a less busy floor of a hospital, but
records.
Fair point. He's like, it's mostly records and offices on that floor, so we should be able to move faster. Do stay behind me though. This guy could be dangerous.
Not planning on wanting to get shot today, and she will keep behind him.
All right, so he hustles you over. Michael, Leo, and Teak. You round the corner, approaching the elevators. He's still have whatever distance he was away from you.
Yeah.
And you can see a big crowd of people at the elevator. Teak, you can hear the guy swear. And like several people in the hallway are like,
1 second.
Language, sir.
Sir, there are women present. And he turns and hits. He turns and hits the door to the stairwell. That is over by the elevators.
That'll slow him down a little bit.
I'm sure with stubby little legs, I'm sure he can run downstairs fine.
Like a little corgi.
And thus the Slinky was born.
Who knew it was a halfling invention?
Oh, damn it! Now I have to look it up.
What? When was the
When
Slinky
was the
invented?
Slinky invented? Yep.
No, he's
that
looking
was
up.
actually-
Was a slinky invented by halflings? Clearly,
1943.
somehow.
Yes, because it was actually originally invented as a spring for basically for the Navy to secure cargo containers, failed miserably, and then by accident someone dropped it down a stairwell, and that's how it became a toy.
Sounds about right.
All right, Vivian. Give
Yes.
me a stamina roll.
I returned. What did I miss?
Us talking about slinkies.
Slinkies.
Yeah.
The halfling is, with the elevator busy, the halfling is ducking down and ducking into the stairwell.
Okay.
So Antique said it'll slow him down at least a little.
Normal.
Yes, normal's fine.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, she probably roll for the officer. The officer's a little winded too. So y'all start off sprinting, and then you're like, wait, let's just power walk for a little bit now.
We all making this roll?
No, that was Vivian and the police officer she's
okay.
with.
Gotcha. Okay.
I wanted to see how much she could catch up with y'all, because they've run down to a floor that's less busy.
Mm. Gotcha.
So like I said, they started off basically once they hit the records floor, just literally sprinting down the hallway. You only had 1 or 2 people having to duck either way, but they're running almost the length of the hospital. So.
I'm sure this is fine.
It'll be absolutely fine. All right. So, Teak, Michael, and Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm going to call them Team A.
Okay.
So Team A, you see all you see this happen. What do you do?
Well, start heading towards the stairwell.
Okay.
Mm.
Who's the first one through
Yeah.
the door?
I will say, considering what Michael got off of that superior knowledge roll, and his knowledge of the fact that Leo is probably physically stronger than he is by a not insubstantial margin, he's gonna let Leo go first.
Good luck, Leo.
All right.
All right. So Leo is the first one through the door.
Lilo.
Blue punch buggy.
No
Oh, no,
punch back.
I have Stitch on my shoulder. It's fine.
No punch back. Sorry, I can do that kind of well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Calm down there, Napa.
Don't
do
get,
the
don't get
Napa
us a
voice.
copyright strike.
Vegeta. No.
All right, Patrick. Leo steps through the doorway, and you step on. It's the typical little you step in. You got the little landing section, and then stairs down, stairs up. The next landing Carmody is the next level down. And right as you step through, you see him rear back and throw a knife at you.
So that tells me I'm doing a dodge roll now.
If you want to. It's not required. If you want to save that
required.
reaction for something else, you know.
Body the knife.
Oh, no, get hit.
Well, that depends on what he rolled. He rolled a 35, so yeah, you're probably getting hit. His throwing knife skill is 75. So a 35 is nothing special, just a success. Let's see, what is his damage modifier? There. Sorry, it took me a second to find my D4. Plus half the damage modifier, which is also a D4. That's 4. And half of 1 is 1. So that is 5 points of damage, Patrick.
Ow.
As this throwing knife, just embeds itself in, we'll say kind of in your forearm, kind of just right there in the muscle.
Ow.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. Michael, Teak, you see Leo burst through the door, and then you see a knife sprout out of his arm.
Can I jump onto Leo, and then I assume that he's going it came from down below. I assume I see that. Do I see that?
Can you figure out the angle of the knife?
Considering Leo was already turning towards the downways, since you assume he's trying to get out of the building.
Okay.
I would say it's safe. You would assume that was the direction he came.
Can I jump over to Leo and then just literally fall down onto the halfling?
So you're going to try to jump to Leo's shoulder and then spring off of Leo down onto the halfling.
Yeah.
Record.
Give me an agility roll to see if you can pull this, the balancing and being able to do the spring thing.
I succeed.
All right.
Got this. We got this.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a brawl roll.
Oh, by 1!
Or martial arts, if you have martial arts, whichever one you would.
No, brawl is my martial art, so by 1.
Still get on top of him.
Would you like to spend POW for a reroll?
Just pass out on top of him.
I mean, it would be dead weight.
No, he's the only one that
I
can.
know.
No, I can't do that. I can at least. I assume I'm going to try and land. If I can't land on top of him, he's going to try and land, and then he's going to try and do
your aim. You only missed by 1. Your aim isn't bad.
Yeah,
he just takes a little half step out of the way, and you plop down.
He's going to try and punch him if he can.
You're at least closer to him now.
Yep, I know. I figured that was the case.
But luckily for you, he's taking his action as well.
I was going to say, would that have been a grapple roll rather than a brawl roll, though? I mean, it's the same number. I just wanted to ask the question.
You're right. I was not thinking about grapple being a separate. Its own
I'm
skill,
gonna keep it. I'm just for future.
So what is your grapple?
My grapple's the same number, so
okay.
I'm
so
just taking the same.
fail.
Yeah, that's why I was. Yeah.
Yeah, but for future reference, we'll try to remember that there is indeed a grapple skill.
Yep.
In fact, the halfling even has it.
But Teak is there with him now.
That he is.
For good or ill.
Mm-hmm.
For good or ill. All right, Michael, what are you doing? After the kind of half stumble you do as Teak springs off of you.
He's gonna get into the stairwell, yeah. See if he can't help Teak out.
All right, so you
He's
step
a
in
flight
past
down,
Leo,
isn't
and you're going down the stairs.
Yeah.
All right, so that's everybody on that side.
I just had a reaction. I just walked through a door, then I got hit.
Oh, fair point. What would you like to do, Patrick? What would your action be?
Sorry, Patrick.
All right. I am going to.
Take his slow mowing down.
No. I'm going to cast Heal myself. Essentially, I pull the dagger out and basically heal it as I do that.
All right, give me a roll. And what fetish do you have that your healing spells attach to?
That one's actually because that was one of the first spells that I had, and that was kind of before we actually established that we had one.
Okay. We can just say it's a ring or something that you just have on your hand, ready to go whenever.
Yeah. Yes, as I pull it off, you sort of see me, like, more or less ring over the spot.
No, you're an orc man. You pull it out and then you punch the wound with the ring. All right, give me a roll to see if you get the spell off.
All right. I do.
Yep, okay.
And I actually heal 2 points because I am an orc.
Okay.
Actually, hang on. Because with the heal spell, if it's your same species, you heal 2. If it's per power point, and if it's a different species, it's a 1 for 1.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to go ahead and spend 2 power points. This way I'm just 1 off my full.
Alright. And now you get this spiffy new dagger. Or throwing knife.
Yep.
Throw it back at him.
My throw skill is terrible. But I will actually pursue.
Alright, so you're basically just right there lockstep with Michael.
Yeah.
Alright. We should probably... Let's go into actual initiative orders now.
Here we go.
Alright, so I need your dexes, I believe it is.
11.
Alright, Teek's got 11.
You can type it in.
Yep, I just did.
And we will use... We'll use this little red man for Carmody. And we won't worry about the officer. In descending order. Alright, so new round. Alright, so Vivian, your round will be spent basically at the end of this round.
Catching up.
You will have gotten to the elevator area on the floor y'all are on. Next up is our hit halfling. He is not pleased to have three folks
People
ride
after him.
on him. How many shots does he get with a pistol?
Oh my god! In the middle of a hospital, holy!
Well, he was trying to use the knife and be quiet initially.
Oh, that's fine.
But you escalated things.
Oh yeah, okay. Throw
This
it.
is all on you.
At least the gunfire will have the cops figure out where he is. Hopefully.
So, let me look up like pistol.
If it's light pistol, I have it in my sheet. If you want to look at that.
Oh, that would be delightful.
His skill, of course, might be different.
Oh yeah, his skill will definitely be different. All right, but SR attacks. All right, so he gets 3 shots with it.
Yep, 3 shots, 6 rounds.
So he'll get, he gets 1 shot at his full initiative, then it drops by 5 or 6?
5.
By 5, okay. So he'll get a shot on 15, 10, and then 5. Teak, he's shooting at you first. You're the closest to him.
Sounds good. Does he get negative for shooting in melee? I don't know. It's
That seems like the sort of thing that probably does exist.
asking the hard questions.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
Let's see. Shooting up or down.
And
Firing into combat.
hang on.
Okay, that's if you're shooting into somebody else fighting.
For a sec.
I'm not seeing anything in the spot rules. Anyway.
Yep.
Like if
Still
one of your
gonna
buddies,
try.
like if you were brawling with him, and one of your buddies wanted to shoot at you, they would have a penalty because they're trying not to hit you.
Right. Would he still get a dodge roll at least?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, you see him whipping.
I
the pistol
guess-
out.
So under dodge roll, it has melee attack, melee parry, missile attack, and natural weapon. So I guess I choose missile attack.
Correct.
Okay.
And there's supposed to be penalties to trying to dodge, gunfire because you can't really see the missile. But it's so close to you, you can tell where the barrel is pointing.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna kind of let you have it.
Directly at
because
you.
The actual dodge roll is a lot harsher than that.
Shh, we don't know that.
Success.
All right, so he needs to roll a 75 or less. Or if you got a success, then he'll need to roll a special. And a 73 is not going to be a special. It would have been a success had you not successfully dodged. And the gunshot is very loud in this stairwell. Especially on Teek's sensitive ears.
Mm-hmm. He kind of like his ears fold down.
How dare you?
Eric, you're next. Or Michael, I should say.
Oh, there is ranges.
Oh no.
Okay. I don't know if you want me to use this or not. But anyway. Yeah, he's gonna try to get that gun away from him.
All right, how's he doing this?
He's gonna punch him. Or try to.
I'm gonna punch him.
Yeah.
All right, give me a brawl roll or martial art, whichever one you got.
I'm gonna use martial art. However, if the skill is a 66 or below, I still get the successful brawl. Because brawl and martial art combine together.
Okay.
So basically, if I roll below the skill level for martial art, I actually do double damage.
Gotcha.
Naturally.
All right, so you're running up and punching.
Which I do. Okay. So in that case, it's a It's a D3 for unarmed, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because daggers are D4. Yeah.
All right. So 5 damage.
All right, so that is 5 points of damage.
Basically, I try to clock him in the temple and attempt to stun him and get him to drop the weapon.
Yeah, just let me look up his hit points. All right, he is not pleased with that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Teak, you're on 11.
Do I grapple or do I punch?
Grapple might be able to restrain the gun.
Let's try it.
Jump
No.
on him like a spider monkey.
Just tries to reach out and grab the guy.
You try to
But-
reach out and grab him, but Michael's right there, and you know.
Either way, Teek's going to try and get to the opposite side of him so he doesn't go down any farther. Put himself between him and the stairs going down. They're both same size.
Yeah, but he's going to be trying to avoid letting you flank him as well, so.
Okay, what do I need to roll for it? Because this is just him moving, so.
Let's just do opposed agilities.
This is not the resistance table, is it? That's not the...
You know
it's
what?
just
Let's
me
do
rolling.
it that way. Let's do it that way.
Okay.
So put in
Mine's...
your dex, and then his dex is a 15.
Okay.
Use that as the value, the resisting value.
No.
All right, so you try to maneuver around, but he's maneuvering to kind of keep y'all in front of him.
Yep.
Clearly an experienced fighter.
All right.
Yep.
Since I let it duck out just for a second there, you heard you stunned. Did you at least get? Is he still armed with the pistol, or
He is.
Yeah, he is.
He was trying to stun him, but he just did damage.
I was trying to. All I did was clock him.
Leo, what is your dex?
my dex is? Hang on, that's on another. There it is. My dex is a 16.
Okay. All right, in that
So
case,
you would've
you
gone
would have
first.
gone before. So it'd be Vivian, you, then him. So all right, go ahead and take your action now, then.
All right, I am going to try to tackle him. At least try to put him on the ground.
All right, that'll be a grapple.
Oh, so grapple in this case. So brawl in that case, or
Grapple.
No,
It's a
grapple's
skill.
its own skill.
I see
It's
gaming.
down under hand-to-hand weapons.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah. Underhand to hand. It's a brawl and grapple.
Okay, down to it. Aha. In that case, I'm just gonna try to punch the gun out of his hand. Or let's try to disarm him. Because I realize my brawls.
Yeah,
my
give me a
brawl's a lot
brawl roll.
better.
If you get a critical, we'll
Okay, so in that case,
I mean, trying
I'll
to
just
punch
go
a
with-
gun out of somebody's hand is a odd, odd way to go about it.
yeah, I'll just try to grapple then.
Okay.
I was going with because my brawl's better than my grapple. So
Yeah, I get it, but it's two different styles of fighting.
yeah. Nope.
Okay. All right, and then we drop down to. Let's see, Teak had just gone. We'd let Teak go. So that was an on 11.
Yeah.
So then it would be him on a 10 again. So he'll take his second shot at the big scary orc.
Since I'm thinking I'm gonna dodge, hopefully I'll succeed this time.
I believe.
You got a 45 out of a 75. So that's just a success.
Well, I succeeded the dodge.
All right, you got out of the way then. Uh, let's see. Antique is the bottom of the order, I believe. So we are back to the top. So Vivian, you and the cop have and Lilac, you run up to the elevator. The cop immediately starts hitting the buttons on, it's a bank of elevators. He hits the button on all of them. So if any elevator passing through will have to stop.
You
I
have
do
to
that
go
at
up
work
to
all
go
the time.
down.
But as he's hitting the buttons, you hear multiple gunshots go off in the stairwell.
I think we should go that way.
The cop's like, "Yep." Draws his sidearm.
Vivian following behind. Would she have brought her pistol to a hospital?
I don't think there's anything against it.
Yeah, but just the logistics of it.
Does she have a purse? You stick it in your purse.
I mean, fair. Sure, she brought her gun to the hospital. This will go fine.
Given the stuff she runs into on a regular basis in this city, it's not that
Fair.
important.
All right, she's following. Does the police officer go first?
Yes.
She will let him go. Or, like, action-wise, does he go first, or is he...
Oh, no, he wouldn't have a 16. He's a little more ordinary than that.
Okay. And she will not muscle past him, but she's not muscly, but she will get around him and assess the situation and see the boys are in trouble and take a shot at the halfling.
All right. So yeah, you run, you look over, and you can see basically the boys. Well, the landing they were on is the next landing down from you, or no?
It was the same floor. They were still on the same floor.
No, you open the door, and it's right on the landing that all of them are on.
Okay.
Oh
The
no!
records floor was one floor down from one that what they were on.
Okay.
You're
it's like we
stepping
open the
out
door
right where they're at.
So so you open the door and we're all trying to dogpile the halfling.
You just hear Teak say, "Hi, Vivian."
Question: was there a window on the door to see in, or was it a solid door? It was probably a solid door.
At the door.
I'm gonna roll one dice. Even it was a solid door. Odd, there was a little window. Odd, there was a little window. One of those 2 3
Is he
inches
close
wide
enough to
slit kind of ones.
Is he close enough to the door to where if she opens that window or that door with a good amount of force, she'll just peg him in the back? Because Teak wasn't able to get on the other side of him.
Well, Teak was trying to get behind him, basically, like down the stairs. Yeah. But they're all standing on the landing.
Basically, just is there a way where she could open it and hit him and not hit the others?
You could open it enough to slide out yourself without any trouble. If you fling it open, we're gonna roll random to see who all is standing close enough by.
She won't take that risk if she sees it's a risk. She'll just open the door, slide through, take a shot.
All right. So firing into combat. Firing missiles into combat is negative 20% chance. Accidentally hitting allies is possible if the attack roll is between the modified and unmodified skill ratings.
However, there is range modifiers too.
Yeah, this is all point blank.
Targets
point blank has a positive, doesn't it?
Yeah. Targets within attacker's dex divided by 3 meters rounded up. Even if it's prone, the skill is easy.
And easy is
you
minus 20%?
You subtract 20% from your roll instead of add 20% to your roll.
I got a 9 then.
Well, the additions and subtractions are usually to the value of your skill.
Okay.
Like the minus 20% chance, is she's got to roll like whatever her. Let's see, what's her pistol is 66. So, she'd have to roll a 46 for it to hit. If she rolled between a 46 and a 66, then it would hit somebody else in the melee.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, she rolled a 29. It's not an issue.
Hmm.
And the halfling has already, I believe, dodged this. No, this is a new round.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's gonna try to dodge gunfire because
Would he be able to since he didn't see her coming?
would he have seen the? It's a
Yeah,
fair point. It's a fair
That's
point.
that's one thing I was looking up is it does say you can only dodge high velocity missiles if you can see them. That's why I was going like, teak.
I'm gonna house rule the whole in actual melee combat essentially.
Hmm.
You can see where they're pointing. You can
Yeah.
try to get out of the way of that.
Yeah.
You know it's pointing at you.
But yeah, I'm gonna say he's occupied enough he doesn't necessarily realize Vivian's got a gun in her hand immediately. So how much damage does Vivian do?
my spleen.
Pardon?
So how much
I
damage
rolled
you
a
do?
1 on damage.
Do you have any
Just-
ranged? Oh no, no. Damage bonus damage is for melee stuff and throwing stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so he takes another point of damage.
I will also be taking a roll on 11 and 6? Because it's 3 shots.
It drops by 5, correct?
Correct. So 11 and math.
So yeah. 16 becomes 11, and then
I'll add it in.
did he ever take his third shot? Yeah. Because Leo dodged. That's right. Yeah. All right. So that was your go. Then it is Leo's go. Patrick.
No, I heard you.
Oh, okay.
It's, my grunt was actually kind of me trying to figure out what would be my next move.
Obviously, Spartan kick.
Down the rest of the stairwell.
Oh, so that's what easy does.
What's that?
What?
For an easy action, double the skill rating.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Easy characteristic rolls use a multiplier of times 10 or double the normal characteristic roll. However, a success at an easy skill roll does not merit an experience check.
Okay. So it would have been double her skill, and then the 20%. Okay. I see how that works.
okay.
So might
Again,
have
rolling a
crit.
29 makes it irrelevant, but
Mm.
I'm not going to worry about it.
All right. I am gonna go for. It's gonna be tricky for me. I'm gonna go for a gut punch on him.
so you're like dropping down to one knee and throwing a punch. Gotcha.
Yeah. Go to brawl. Where you at? All right.
All right, he is going to try to avoid that because big scary orc.
I don't know if that's a special or not, but
It would have said if it was.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I love them. Thank you, Annabelle. Good night.
Good night, Gremlin.
All right, so he's going to try to dodge. So he needs a 50 left. And he rolled a 1.
Oh no.
That is a 50 or less.
That is indeed a 50 or less. Does a dodge? Is there anything special that happens on a critical?
There is a table for that. Where's the combat one? That's not it. There we go. Okay, so
All right, so the attacker had a success, and the parry dodger had a critical.
So defender blocks or dodges damage, no other result.
Okay, but if they were parrying with weapons, then the attacker's weapon would take 2 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like icons where you get the massive success, you automatically punch them back. Which I didn't figure that was how this one would work. All right, so he gets out of the way.
All right.
And he is definitely using language he's not used with a lady present. He is very unhappy about this, not giving a guy a fair fight. And then it is his turn. Let's see. Lilac is still on Vivian's shoulder.
Probably best place to stay, unless she's got a toothpick.
Well, you know she owns a her-sized crossbow.
There would be a toothpick involved then.
Not that she has it with her. That's not something she can stick in a pocket.
Yeah. She could have stuck it in Vivian's pocket.
If she'd thought about it. Well,
If
she's
she'd
not
thought
generally,
about it.
she's not generally the violence sort of. So Vivian, it looks like he's locking eyes with you.
He's probably locking eyes with Lilac.
And then he yells something about, you stoolie. Or, short for stool pigeon.
Yeah.
She says very clearly, you touch her, and I'll rip your balls off.
Well, he's going for a shot.
At Lilac?
He's realized he's not getting out of this fight. But it's her fault. He's quite confident it's her fault he's in this fight.
Is there any kind of assistance that Vivian can do?
I would let you roll a dodge to take the shot instead.
Yeah,
you just gotta do this little number,
She will take the shot instead, yeah.
All right. Roll a successful dodge.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. Wait. How many times per game can we reroll with PowerPoints? I've already rerolled
Until you run out of your power points.
Fantastic. This is gonna go well for her. I can just see that.
Are you gonna do the luck or just the dodge?
Damn it. What's the luck option?
It's basically the same thing except you roll luck.
Yeah.
Would you allow it since I already rolled the...
Do you have enough power points to do it again?
Not a third time.
Well, because she didn't know about... She was confused about
That's
the
fair.
luck.
We know, going forward, we'll know.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a luck roll.
Normal?
Yeah, I think the luck roll one is you don't get the skill check.
Yeah. That's the trade-off.
You know what? We're just not going to do this at all.
Power 3?
Yeah, because my POW was down that far. Because I've re-rolled twice.
I doubt
No.
T can.
No. What's your starting POW?
My starting POW is 13.
Yeah, it's
you
that
roll
times
with
5.
the 13. You
Okay.
don't you subtract that from the power points, not the actual POW. See, now you actually got it.
Okay, so a success. All right.
Interesting.
I'm gonna injure myself one way or another. Damn it!
Or he will critically fail his roll, and you didn't have to spend any points anyway because you didn't actually.
Did he really?
No. I said he's going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you look
be my
at
lucky
if you
I
look
was
on
marking
your
the PowerPoints down in the wrong column, basically.
Yeah, because under your hit points, there's a thing called power points. That's what you're actually taking.
I think he's got it
from.
figured out now.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right, so 75 or less. No, 36. That's definitely going to be a hit. I don't think it's a special.
This is fine.
He does.
We're in a hospital. It's fine, guys.
It's only 3 points of damage.
I'm fine.
Eric,
Mm-hmm.
how does Michael feel
Oh
seeing
no!
Vivian get shot?
Very angry.
We're in a stairwell, Jason.
Would you
In a
say?
hospital.
Would you say that it would be
Jason!
dramatic to him?
Fairly, yeah. Like I
Well,
was
guys,
just
this
sitting
game
there,
has been nice.
I was sitting there contemplating how is he going to end this man now.
Sorry, I'm sorry. The only thing I see Jason doing this, and just hear the organ music from Dracula's playing the organ.
Yeah.
It's like, "Brr."
Is it night on Bald Mountain, I hear?
You're, you see Jason on the throne? Do it.
Yeah. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
I'm also getting the
Beautiful.
unfortunate theory of, like, I didn't ask how big the room is. I cast Fireball.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't know this was going to wind up being the stairwell where this happened.
You lie. No, I'm kidding.
But now that it is, he's kind of happy about it.
Hey, yeah, it's working out pretty well.
It just makes it better.
So when's new game start up?
In December, or not December, in January.
Sure,
I think
that's
he's asking in case all of our characters die.
Sure,
That's just when you roll up new characters. Andy Jen's like, where'd I put the bag? Shakes the stones up.
The other ones
Doesn't
lasted
draw.
so much longer.
I'll just end up coming back as Lillian.
Decca's going to come back going, what happened?
Carl
Yeah.
Carl will be playing Lillian. Eric will be playing Dorothy. I'm not sure who Sarah will be playing since Lilac's here in the. Well, but
I'll play
Lilac's being
Hyacinth.
covered by Sarah's body, so you know.
I'll just play Hyacinth. Just take a toddler into this.
Jesus.
She's a baby.
With a knife.
Ex-
That was a YouTube channel I used to watch, Babies with Knives.
Okay, that
That's
sounds
very
amazing.
oddly specific.
So
after,
I assume
after
Michael
game, I will dig
explodes.
up the logo for that channel. It's precious.
So on to our pending doom.
Yes, on to the pending doom. I believe it is pyrokinetics. Pyrokinesis. Alright, so you... Eric, describe the markings, we'll call them, that Michael has.
Okay. It's a mix of Nordic and other runic languages from Earth. But there's also very specifically on his arms the runes from the
Forgotten World?
other forgotten world of fire and sky. And they're kind of woven into, like, kind of mixed together.
So-
The ones on his shoulders, it's like the Norse rune for fire is kind of like the V looking thing with the dot in it. That's basically like cut into the rune of fire sky. And then he has like other runic markings. Like there's some's on his shoulder blades, a few on his like outer thighs. Basically to kind of stabilize everything.
So let's talk about that stability.
Stabilize.
As these runes all begin burning through your clothing,
Mm-hmm.
the
Quick
temperature in the
interjection.
stairwell spikes up.
If she can see this, she is making sure the police officer does not come through the door.
It's not his turn yet. He has thankfully had a door between him and what's about to happen.
Fantastic. Good for him. Happy for him. Love that for him.
Alright, the area affected is equal to 3 size per 3 power points.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, stairwell. Goodbye,
So
stairwell.
we're basically going to say everybody standing on this landing.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
And then some probably, but
I just imagine it's like the image of like a bomb going off in a stairwell, and you just see fire shoot out of the door.
Alright, how many power points do you have, Michael?
Well, at the moment he's at 16 of 18,
Okay.
but in order for the power itself to manifest, I permanently lose 2 power out of my like total pool.
Alright, so your total pool goes down by 2.
Yeah, so I think
And is that just your
puts
power
me-
point pool that goes down, or the actual PAL score that goes down?
The power score itself
Okay.
goes down by 2.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Well,
just
the
burns
trade-off.
us away.
Well, the trade-off is that a traumatic awakening. It's after the reduction. It's you take your POW, your like POW like score, multiply it by 5, and then add in your mental score, and that is your starting skill level for the psychic power.
Fantastic.
So
Alright, so with the reduction, what is your PAL?
16.
Alright, so that means you'd have 16 power points.
Yeah. However, Pyro, they go in increments of 3.
Mm-hmm. Every 3 power points is 1d6 of damage.
Yep.
It's literally the embodiment of I don't care how big the lobby is.
Yeah,
I
I
cast
cast
fireball.
fireball.
So this will if it goes off max power would be
Mhm.
5d6
Well, I'll be
of
dead.
damage.
Yep.
Is Michael going to try to rein it in?
Where is everyone standing in relation
Really?
to
all
We're all right there. We've all been
Y'all are all
punching
in
and
a
shooting the
cluster.
guy.
yeah.
And this is
You are
going to be an
shooting-
area thing.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm just holding up my hand so we know how many d6s it is right now.
Is there a window in this stairwell?
It's a stairwell.
No.
No.
Okay. Yeah, everyone's right there next to him. Yeah, he's gonna try.
Alright.
Vivian is, since she dodged to shield Lilac, is Lilac still kind of shielded?
Yeah, I'm going to say you've essentially got her under you.
But
Okay.
I will say what he is going to do, since, per your own description, no one was able to get behind him.
She opened the door and is behind him.
Yeah,
Fair
nobody was
enough.
able to maneuver behind him. But...
Then, as long as what he is going to do, regardless if he's successful in reining it in or not, he's going to aim it away. So basically, he's
Okay.
going to hit.
Now, in this eruption moment, it's just irradiating out of you.
Oh, okay.
You are
Never mind
0.0 of where this thing is going off. You're
I
not
am
going to be
grounded.
taking any
You
of the damage, though.
Got it.
You're not going to be taking any of the damage, though, so no worries there.
Okay. The
You're the center of
easiest
the
way I can
fireball.
describe this, the easiest way I can describe this is a sorcerer, wild magic, rolling on its
Fireball.
table, and then
Yeah.
fireball right on it.
Centered on yourself.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have
Since-
the whatever
yeah.
resistance.
Since everyone is there, he is going to try and rate it in down to its baseline power.
All right.
I can guarantee you it's going to go off unless I roll really poorly, though.
No, it's going to go off. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
You will give me a power roll to try to rein it in. A success will basically half the
Okay.
effect.
All right.
And then, we'll keep halving it as you half, special, critical.
Okay. So I just roll on the luck table then?
Yeah, effectively.
All right.
With
would this
with
be-
your reduced POW.
Yeah. Or would this be an idea roll, since that kind of governs powers when it comes to casting?
Oh, that's right. The psychic stuff is based more off your intelligence, isn't it?
At least
the
it is
ideal
for me.
roll. Give me the ideal roll.
Okay.
Been nice playing with y'all.
You'll be
Salvador goes
fine.
into Salvador goes
Normal?
into the stairwell to ashes.
Yes, normal.
Hiroshima
I'm not that
Shadows of a
mean.
Kobold.
Okay. So it is a success.
All right.
Interesting.
So by
instead of spending
half, do you
instead of spending
mean
all 16 dice or 16 points, you spend 8 points.
Well, I'd only be able to spend 15.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It's weird.
so it goes down to 2 because it's increments of 3?
Yeah, we're
Or
rounding
are
up
we
or
rounding
rounding
up
down?
to
Yeah,
That's the
it'd be a
question.
round up or round down.
So 15 becomes. Yeah, we're gonna
15
round up,
becomes
say
7, 8. So that would be 3
9.
6. So that's 2. If you round up, that'd be
Yeah.
3d6.
For round up, it'd be 9. If we round down, it'd be 6. So either 2d6 or 3d6.
We're gonna go with 2d6.
Okay.
See, that's potentially survivable. In fact, yeah, y'all should all be fine.
Physically, yes.
Leo, how did you heal? You healed, right?
Yeah,
I
he
think you
healed.
did.
Yes.
Okay.
So that
I
is
did
7
heal-
points of damage
To everyone.
to everyone.
She is shielding Lilac, so
Yeah. Lilac's fine.
good.
It's not a pleasant experience all that sudden heat, but
I assume the halfling is down, I think.
God, I hope so. Or at least a little bit more compliant.
so yeah, heat and fire just gotta real quick. Several people are screaming. It's up to y'all whether it's y'all's characters. The halfling definitely screams. Everybody give me luck. Everybody except Eric, give me luck rolls.
Normal, I assume.
Yes.
No.
Success.
I gotta figure out a better way of putting it there. Success.
That is an it roll.
So Vivian, Leo, you're fine. You it hurts. You took the damage. Teak, your coat is on fire. So you can be trying to take it off, slap it out, stop, drop, and roll.
Stop, drop, and roll.
He just throws it on the ground
Well,
and
stop,
just
drop, and
starts
roll. I think, in
stomping
the
on it.
20s.
Well, I'll look. Don't worry.
Teak just throws it on the ground and starts stomping on it.
The
the
halfling
halfling
is
have to
on
make a
fire
roll
and
too?
falling down the stairs. To the
He is
next one.
automatically stopped, drop, and rolling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my eye on the halfling as he's rolling down the stairs.
In your
but I wanna
medical
make sure...
opinion, he probably ain't getting back up.
Oh, okay.
Now Michael can give me a luck roll.
1950s, 1960s for stop, drop, and roll.
Yep, that was not a thing yet.
Also, is this
Yes,
building made of
really.
wood?
It's all wood.
Since
and
it's a
asbestos.
hospital, I would think it's at least cement in some place or brick.
Okay.
But wooden doors, some of the hand railings we would, some of the support. It could potentially do damage. However, Michael
No,
succeeded in his
there's-
luck roll, so
Yeah.
everything in this area is singed. He hasn't set
Mhm.
anything else on fire.
Because that's the other half of what that power does, is you get to make resistance rolls against my power to see if things just melt.
So Michael's now sitting there with these holes burnt in his clothing where the where they would have been pressed up, where the clothes would have been pressed up against those tattoos.
Mhm.
And
You'd think you could see the tattoos glowing with heat for a little bit, but that very quickly fades.
1905 for hospitals with concrete.
We're
There
good.
we go.
I'm also, after I'm fairly certain the halfling isn't moving, I turn to Michael and say, Michael, I believe you have a condition.
He's trying to check on Vivian.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Don't listen to her. She got shot.
I'm comparatively. She like motions to
You
the
can't see the
halfling.
back of your shoulder. All that blood running down.
Comparatively, I'm fine.
He spikes again.
Though
Lilac,
I guess,
shut up.
After what just happened, it may be cauterized, so it may not be an issue.
Lilac.
What? I'm helping.
I need to go.
The police officer is looking through the window of the door. What was that?
Where he is this place got is this do they have gas
Peak is
power?
still stomping his jacket out.
Do they have gas power in hospitals or like gas heating?
They might have gas heating.
I think there was a weird pocket of gas and a spark from a gun went off.
That
Fast
stuff
talk.
burned out of his clothes. Look, the holes are still there. That poor guy's, coat caught on fire. Have you
What have
seen
you
your
been able to
hair?
I am also going to check on the halfling,
Yeah. that's
just
fine.
to be honest.
Is he well done
Just
or
imagine that if wherever, I don't know where Teak was in relation, like if Teak was like Michael was on this side behind him or what. I just imagine like wherever it is, there's this like black spot
Wow.
of fur just missing from Teak.
you can't do a first aid on him because he's now burnt brisket?
Yeah, whether he was dead or not when you got there, he's dead a few minutes later. Between being beat up on and shot, and then flash fried, he has taken all he can take. The officer kind of squeezes into the stairwell. Gotta secure the scene. Oh yeah. He opens the door a little bit and screams, "We need a doctor in here!" Ma'am,
You
sit
cut
down.
out.
Blood
Yeah,
loss.
you-
You might get woozy, and that's gonna be dangerous on the stairs.
For me, it sounded like you peeked out there for a second. I didn't hear what you
You
said
did,
there.
yeah.
Oh,
It said we need, and then it just
Probably a medic.
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah.
we need a medic or a doctor or something.
yeah. He was screaming, "We need a
Yeah.
doctor."
also gas heating was 1919 when it was invented, so it was not anywhere at this time.
Okay.
Wait, you said 19?
Fair enough.
1919 was when it was
Wow.
invented and patented.
Which,
Yeah, but before electric lights, you literally had gas lights in houses.
Well, like
Yeah.
gas heating,
Oh, okay.
like yeah.
Well, if there was possibly gas lighting.
Yeah,
I
just
wasn't
what I
like,
found.
like Michael's part, he's like pushed himself into a corner and is like huddled up.
So yeah, all the police in the hospital, other than the one guy at the door, which is 5 or 6 guys total, they all converge here. Once it's clear, okay, everything's safe now. They let one of the emergency room doctors in to look Vivian over.
Fine. Everyone else got burnt too. Check on them.
Actually, yeah, they get you out of the stairwell and basically are checking you out in the hall. Basically, you're on the records floor next to the bank of elevators out in the floor, and they're checking everybody. They are particularly concerned about Vivian.
Mhm.
How many points did you take from that shot? It wasn't anything.
From the shot, just 2.
Okay. So yeah, so you got winged. There's no danger of the bullet being in there, or anything. So they slap a bandage on you. Yeah, you probably need a couple of stitches. As far as the fire, you know, it's not it's not like y'all are charbroiled exactly. But you do have a couple of nasty burns. I mean, it's worse than a sunburn for sure.
This cobalt's on fire.
Yeah, the jacket's not salvageable. I hope nobody important gave it to you.
And Teek's just like sad faced. This sad kobold.
Michael, they keep, it's like they're wanting to cut the rest of your, or to take your coat off, and it's like they can't figure out why you don't have any burns on you. Those holes in your clothes that were clearly burned through.
Mm-hmm.
But like your hair's fine, where everybody else's hair is a little frizzled on the end,
Mm.
Oh wait, does Leo have hair?
Actually, yes, he does.
Okay.
Is Leo is bigger than Michael, right?
Actually,
I think orcs were much bigger in this verse.
no, I'm actually, because my size is because I actually think he's bigger than I am. My size is only a 12.
Yeah, orcs are, I think, are more like compact, like boxer,
Okay.
wrestler.
I just was gonna ask the question. Is like, I mean, Michael was behind Leo if Leo was bigger, but never mind.
Nah, I think of the party members, I believe Michael's the tallest.
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
Because he's 6'1" with a size of 14, so.
Leo was built sturdier, but. And the one cop is freaked out. He's talking to the. You hear him talking to the other guys about what happened. He was looking through the window when when Michael basically went up like a Roman candle. And they're like, he's. Are you sure it wasn't one of the other ones doing like a spell or something? Because
What's the name of the police chief at the Winburn office that we keep interacting with? I forgot his name.
Hold on.
Yeah, I got it written down somewhere.
Dueling notes.
Captain Davis.
If we need to give reports, could we perhaps meet with Captain Davis at the Winburn office?
Well, they need to get an initial statement from you before you leave.
Of course.
And this hospital is in the. Oh wait, actually, is it in the Winburn?
I think it was closer to Winburn.
Yeah, I think it was because this is like a predominantly strange folk.
Yeah. Winburn would have jurisdiction here. What they do go around to, get a preliminary report from you. Do any of you try to play anything down? Keep any, when they ask you what happened, what do you tell them?
Vivian will be honest. Her back was turned. She was trying to protect Lilac from the shot.
And Teeks does the same because he was looking at the halfling when things happened. He's like, I don't know. 1 second I'm standing there fighting, like trying to stop the halfling, and then
you were basically right next to Michael when it went off.
Yeah, I was like,
Well, but Teek wouldn't expect it though, because
yeah, Teek literally is just like he's like sitting there like squaring up with the halfling. Suddenly, fire.
And what does Leo tell them?
I described them. I told him I was hit with the knife. I attempted to restrain him, failed. He attempted to shoot me, I dodged. And then an explosion.
Okay. So importantly, nobody tries to lie to him. You just obfuscate slightly.
To be fair.
So really, the only guy that got a good view of it was the police officer that was looking at the window.
And after everything I saw, could I actually make an occult roll as to figure out what happened with Michael?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll.
Success.
Well, you know, when they were glowing briefly, you know, you could see that he had runes on his skin. Though some of them, well, you know, you're not super familiar with rune magic. That's kind of its own thing. But a lot of those runes didn't look standard. Some of it looked like, you know, stuff from human culture that, you know, doesn't have any actual power as far as strange folk are concerned. But you thought you saw some, like, real ones mixed in there. And there have been rumors of humans that could do strange things, that had visions, or this, that, and the other. That weren't necessarily strictly magic. But that's about like Bigfoot sightings, you know. It's some strange folk believe humans may have their own abilities, some don't. It's certainly nothing you've ever tried to study up on. You know, usually if a human's doing something weird, it just means they've learned some form of magic. Now, this is the 20s. You do have radio programs and books and stuff that talk about psychic abilities. That kind of kicked off towards the tail end of the Victorian era, I believe.
Yeah.
But you
That's
would
where
not
hip-
necessarily be looking at that sort of stuff as real. But it's stuff you've heard of. So if you wanted to investigate in the future or study in the future, you kind of know where to look. What subject matters to study up on.
Gotcha.
But also, one of the doctors overhears you say you were stabbed. It's like wanting to know where the wound was.
I actually went through my coat. Luckily, it was only just a surface.
Okay, you know, he kind of fiddles with the coat. Well, yeah, I don't see any blood, so it must have just been a little nick. By the time y'all are leaving the hospital, there are reporters are starting to arrive.
We rode in vehicles here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're still
It's like-
disguised.
We're still disguised.
Your
Not
disguises
that's
aren't
gonna
looking so
help.
good right now. But
Yeah.
Just power walk to the vehicles. Meet back up at the office.
and you have some of the reporters try to make their way over to you because I mean you guys look like you've been in a fight or something. But a couple of officers managed to run enough interference that you get to your vehicles and get gone.
Yeah.
Gas explosion.
All right, so where are y'all driving off to?
Do we want to head back to the office, regroup? Or did they say we needed to go to Windburn or anything? Or did they cut us loose?
They, yeah, the chief will very much want to talk to you.
Yeah.
But y'all look like y'all been through the ringer. Go home, wash up. You know, tomorrow, you know, is time enough for that.
Get some burn salves.
And we also still need to get in touch with that one of the tracker guys that they brought up with.
Oh, fun.
All right. All right, so y'all can go back to the office and discuss before y'all split up for the night. We're gonna go. It's 9:30, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap here. if there's anything particular that y'all want to say to the chief, or anything y'all want to try to keep from the chief, make a note of it. We'll cover that when we cover downtime.
All right.
Basically the hitman that's after Vasley is no longer an issue.
Toast.
And the bigger issue of what's going on in the dock, that's something that's going to be going on for in the background for a while. So we will. Let's see. Y'all were in. This was April. So you'll have 2 weeks of downtime before next session.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
So be thinking of what you want to tell the chief. Like I said, I guess any questions y'all have for Michael, we'll go over.
Yeah.
I'm sure the team will have to have a sit down discussion at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mhm.
So that wraps it up here. I feel like I'm forgetting something. That's why I'm sitting here so hesitant. But
We still have the brew, but is that
Yeah.
something we want to work on
yeah.
during downtime? Or
Getting
no?
trackers hired and starting to poke around. We'll go over some of that in downtime.
Okay.
All right.
I guess the next arc is dealing with what could be the brew.
Quite possibly.
Potentially.
Or it could be something else
Yeah.
y'all are doing kind of in the background while more pressing matters, vie for your attention. There's multiple stuffs going on at the same time.
Stella Voss. What?
That
Why are you bringing up her? Nice.
Nice,
Socialite.
lovely lady named Estella Voss, right?
You
she's-
don't
I just
know
murdered
her from a
multiple
can of
people.
paint.
I don't exactly.
One lawyer bitter that he couldn't convict her or something. But anyway, I hope y'all had fun. I enjoyed it.
Sure you did, Jason.
Yeah, I really did. That went off beautifully.
Correction, Michael went off beautifully.
Yes.
I was waiting for the 5d6 to be like, well, time to make another character over here.
I was like, man, I was wanting to make a dwarf.
I had many ways I thought that would actually go off. if he was in the epicenter of like a whole bunch of like mafia goons that are surrounded him or something, that absolutely would go off at full power. But
I just like the fact that you were so suspicious I was going to try to kill Dorothy. No. I'm going to shoot another player character.
Considering how much she suddenly wanted to be involved in everything, I was thoroughly convinced you were going to offer.
Don't worry,
No,
I'll kill her later.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, I hope anybody comes by and watches. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you join us next week. Again, I was your storyteller, Jason, and with me has been Patrick playing Leo,
Saluting invisibly.
Eric playing Michael, Carr playing Teak, and Sarah playing Vivian. And we will see y'all next time.
Good night, everybody.
And heed the sign. Abomination. Ali's light. For in the night the shadows grow and take with them your trouble.